Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. I look like a total ratchet, but that's okay because I am a ratchet. Anyway, today we're doing a Wattpad read aloud. I haven't done one in a really long time. In fact, I haven't even posted in a really long time. But that's okay because today that's what we're going to be doing. So, no one posted on my book what book they wanted me to read. So I'm going to be doing a first impression one. Basically, I'm going to be going to the Discover category of Wattpad, and I'm just going to be picking some random books I find. I'm going to be doing one, though, that my friend wants me to read, and it is the best book in the world. It is about gays, so if you don't really believe in gays, or if you don't really want to, or you don't want to hear it, then don't. I'll warn you when I read her book. But it's so good, and it's not even that bad. It's just so good. So the internet's really slow, so I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible. This is probably gonna be uploaded on Monday, even though I'm filming it on Friday. I did it. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to the Discover page of Wattpad, and I'm going to be finding recommended or popular books that pop up. See, the internet is so slow. The Key of Kalenya. Let's do that one. So it is The Key of Kalenya. We all have a choice, but we can't choose the consequences. Jacob Clark is chased down a path that takes him to another world, a world where he is wanted a young man. Let's do this one. This one's going to be interesting. So like I said in my past videos, I only read one chapter, and then you go and read what you want. So this is by Andrea Pearson, and it is called The Key of Kalenya, and it has a lot of reads. So I hope you enjoyed this. I have a sore throat too, so I'm not going to be talking as loud. Oh, this has 328.84 thousand reads on it, and this is just one chapter. So this is the first book of the Kalenya series. It's up for free all over the place right now as an ebook, Kindle, Nook, etc. and here on Wattpad. Enjoy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, journal entry. Would a man kidnap his own daughter-in-law? The castle is in ruins, its people bloodied and broken. I suspect my father was behind it. We are counting the dead and missing, and I'm in despair because I can't find her anywhere. My beloved Princess Ariane, 8 months pregnant with our first child, and such a difficult child to come by, after years of trial and loss. Aldo and Ezra have... Ezra, if you know what that's from. Like my case, by the way. Anyway, off track. Instructed me to meet them at their mother's cottage, nearly a mile from the castle. They believe the princess was indeed kidnapped and that her captors were deemed ransom. What else would they want from the royal family? So that was the journal entry. Jacob tossed his favorite handheld video game onto his bed and then grabbed his basketball and dashed down the stairs. As he entered the kitchen, he paused, glancing out the window to check on Amberly, still playing in the sandbox out back. Then turned and bolted through the front door, eager to take advantage of the last rays of sunlight. Matt Jacob's 16-year-old brother was working in the garage. Hey, I want to shoot too, he said as he popped his head out from under the truck. Fine, but I really need this practice, so challenge me. Don't I always, Matt said with a laugh. They played a quick game of one-on-one with Jacob barreling past Matt and leading the game consistently by 15 points or more. He ended it with a spectacular three-point shot and bent over, panting, hands on knees. Yeah, well, I can still beat you at football, Matt grinned. Jacob laughed and then tossed the ball to his brother. Here, you need to practice more. You still trying out tomorrow? Of course, I have to. Matt tucked the ball under his arm and glanced at Jacob. You know, letting Kevin win at something might not be a bad thing. Besides, You could both make it. No, we couldn't. You know, Coach. He's not going to let two 14-year-olds on varsity. A rustle in the trees next to the driveway made Jacob turn his head. It sounded like a large animal or person. You hear that? Hear what? Matt was back to shooting hoops again. Jacob motioned for Matt to stop and took a step closer to the trees, squinting to see better. But the sun had already set and the brush was dark. Hey, turn on the light. I think something's in there. Matt's footsteps faded, then light flooded across the concrete driveway, deepening the already ominous shadows in the forest. That was much better. Hello, Jacob called. Matt came back and stood next to him for a moment. Nothing's there, man. He dropped the ball at Jacob's feet. I'm going to go work on the truck some more. So this is a really, really long chapter, so I'm going to stop there. So, like I said, this is the Key of Kilenya, by Andrea Pearson, and there is 18 chapters in it. So, yeah. Again, sorry if I K's kind of sound weird. It's because I have this expander on the roof of my mouth, and I'm not going to be doing an update on my braces much time soon because I'm getting it off. Ooh, okay. So here's another one. It's called Miss Bookworm, and it is a girl x girl. If you guys didn't know what girl x girl or boy x boy means, it means it's gay or homo. Okay. There's been a lot of those on Wattpad lately, and I know a lot of people aren't a fan of those kinds of books. I personally, I like them, but sometimes I feel like, ooh, ugh. But it's a good writer that I actually do really enjoy them. I'm not gay, or I don't know. I'm not. Okay, let's just read it. Summary. No, I want to read the book. Okay. What the heck? Okay. Colorado. The plane had just landed on the state of Colorado. Based on the magazine that I was reading a while ago, it's famously known for its huge beautiful mountains like the Maroon Bells. These skyscraping mountains lure a bunch of tourists, hikers, and photographers. In addition, there are also deep canyons, huge sand dunes, big lakes, red rock formation, and deserts. With all four seasons, this makes Colorado one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I'm dying to see each of them, kind of. I sighed to myself, remembering why I was traveling to this place. It's been years since I saw my father, and now I'm here, about to meet him and his new family. Correction, I mean my new family. You see, I've been living with my aunt and uncle for a while since my mother had died. She got into a car accident, typical, but there was more into that, and I wasn't planning on sharing the whole story yet. People were already chatting and talking, making loud noises that my ears couldn't bear. It totally annoyed me, especially the passenger who was sitting behind me. Ever since he had boarded, he had drifted off to sleep and started snoring. I glanced over the small window and looked to see that the blue sky was covered by not clouds. They are grayish-white with one part of the cloud darker than the other. Looking at it, it made my day gloomier. Good. Okay, so I'm going to stop again halfway through the chapter because these chapters are so long. Look at that. Good. I like it. I'm not really criticizing any of these books because they are all like ones that are super duper popular. So, yeah, so don't get confused. So now I'm going to be reading my friend's book, and again, warning, this is about gays, but I don't think the first chapter is it, but it's called Semi-Perfect Love. It's my favorite book of all time. It's really sad and it's super good, and there's not a lot of chapters in it, but that's okay because so I made the cover, so I'm really happy about the cover because I made it. So yeah, chapter 1, first crush. I saw Carter in the halls and I ducked behind a wall. I didn't want him to see me, especially with my stupid photography outfit on. I'm Max Carter Maddox and I go to Fieldhouse High. By now you might be thinking it's weird I'm ducking behind walls to avoid to avoid a really good looking jock. Well, I'm totally head over heels for this B-board. The moment I saw him, I got weak in the knees and wanted him. Of course, I couldn't have him. There's a problem. He is straight and madly in love with the lovely Lady Jessica. I wanted to stab bitch. Sorry. But here was no reasoning to do it, and other than me wanting to do other things with her boyfriend that really should be talked of in public. I should really know better what he gives me the hottie sweats. He is, as people say, my bae, my senpai, and my true lover. I just know he is. Well, he never noticed me, and I feel like screaming, "Senpai, notice me." Guess is that from? In his face. Then again, I might scare him to death. I just knew I needed him, wanted him. Every fiber of me did, but oh well. I liked what we had. We happened to be non-existent to each other until today. "Max, what are you doing?" Carter asked me as he saw me darting to the other wall. Exercising for gym," I lied. He laughed at my lame excuse. "Well, the only exercise I see you ever doing is running away from me. Say, do you want to sit with me during lunch?" Carter asked, smiling. I blushed. He was so cute when he smiled. Sure, yeah." I was half whispered, half shouted, if that's even possible. He laughed it off and pointed the gun finger, making a clicking noise with his tongue. I can't do it. God, why did he have to ask me that today of all days? I hadn't even gotten any of my cute outfits on today. Stupid photography. I watched as Carter walked down the hall to English. "Man," Dad asked. Sorry I'm sweary, but I walked back to photography and laughed, listened, half daydreamed. This day was going to be interesting. And proofs out. So that's the first chapter. Obviously, it's amazing. So I do want to say that this book, my friend's book, it caused a lot of drama at our school. She posted it, and this one girl in our grade doesn't believe her religion or something. She doesn't really believe in gays, and so she got really mad about it. And I just wanted to point out, if you read those kinds of books, don't get mad at the person writing it, because they are just writing a book. Just stop reading it. Don't comment mean things about it. Even if you see people in public that you aren't really keen on, don't hate them. That's just who they are. Ignore it. You have no reason to not like them for who they are. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, Azrael, I love your book. Check spelling though. I just realized that because there were a couple words that weren't really spelt right, but I didn't know what you meant. But check them. So this will probably be up on Monday. I filmed on Friday. I just am really busy. So yeah, so I will see you guys next video. Toodles!